Yo, 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 it's Crazy Curt Comics. It's new comic book day coming at you, but we're not going to show you any new comic books because everybody's already doing those videos. You already know it's coming out. Instead, I'm going to dive into the back issues at my LCS and show you why I'm kind of changing my philosophy on how I buy new comic books. So see what I picked up and check out an amazing sale my LCS had. Awesome. So stick around. It's Crazy Curt Comics. The more you stick around, the more you find out. Let's go!
3, 2, 1.
Yo, 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 it's Crazy Curt Comics. Now, it is new comic book day. And what does that mean for everybody? Well, everybody's going to come on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and they're all going to do their new comic book day haul videos. They're going to show you everything that they got, you know, all the new comic books. Well, if we're comic book collectors, you know, and we're all going to the comic book store on the same day, we kind of already know the new comic books that are out. Like, there's no need to talk about this book right here. We all know it came out today. But what's going to be different about this video is we're going to talk about the other stuff I bought at the comic book store. That wasn't new comic books on New Comic Book Day. Now, I am very fortunate. Here in Salt Lake City, you have a LCS called Black Cat Comics. Now, my LCS has an unbelievably large display of back issues. We're talking about, I think, in the neighborhood of over 200 short boxes of back issues that he has, and it's a ton. And every once in a while, he'll do a 50% off back issue, trade paperback, graphic novel, omnibus sale. And it's really amazing. Now, he doesn't really dabble too much in omnibuses, so I really couldn't score any of those. But trade paperbacks, he's got a whole gigantic wall full of trade paperbacks. And I'm always looking for new stories. So one of the stories, you know, well, this is what I like to do. I'll tell you my little philosophy in going by comic books. I try to stick the large comic book runs for omnibuses and larger collected editions, because if I went and bought every trade paperback for a run, I mean, some runs could have 17 different trade paperbacks. That's a lot. So I try to find is miniseries that I didn't collect, or maybe news stories I'd want to try that I didn't buy the single issues for, mostly from independents. Now, when I say independents, people, I know they're not really, they're big companies. Boom is a big company. Image is a big company. But really, when I'm talking about independents, I'm talking about anything but the big two, Marvel and DC. So I look for stories and maybe books I never heard of, because even though we all collect, we can't possibly know and hear about everything. I'm sure there's somebody out there that knows every single book, knows every single writer, knows every single artist. That is not me. My brain only holds so much knowledge. And, you know, so there's going to be things I don't know. There's going to be things that slip through the cracks I never heard of. There may have been things that came out during that period of time where I didn't collect comic books. That's, you know, that's a lot. So I rely on recommendations from viewers, people I see at the LCS, and just in chats and different things, just talking and finding. And I find stuff that just interests me or looks interesting. So I came across this today. Never heard of it before. Creators are Elliot Callan and Andrea Muti, and it's The Maniac of New York. Now, I've never heard of this book. All right, I'm doing a horrible job here because my thing's not zooming in, but let's look at this here. All right, we got The Maniac of New York. All right, we got a big knife coming down here. There's someone's image in the middle of the knife. There's some blood. And then this is what the back looks like. Looks like Jason. Right? That's kind of like what it is. The way that my LCS owner explained it to me, it's kind of like if Jason Took Manhattan was serious, you know, just someone like Jason, but not Jason. This is Maniac of New York, Volume 2. And that is the back issue. Now, I'm going to read the synopsis to you. Okay? Let me get my old man readers on. Let's see what we can do here. All right. Maniac Harry is inhuman, unkillable, and unstoppable, which is why the authorities' solution has been to ignore him and let New Yorkers adapt to a world where death can strike at any moment. When Maniac Harry starts killing his way through the subway system, trauma-haunted political aide Gina Green and disgraced NYPD detective Zelda Pettibone are determined to go rogue and destroy him. But how can they fight a monster when they can't fight City Hall? Issues 1 through 5 are in this version here. And then we got Volume 2. I'll read you the synopsis for this. The bloody saga of the Maniac Harry continues. After the tragedy of Maniac of New York, Death Train, Detective Zelda Pettibone and mayoral aide, I should say, Gina Green, have lost the trail of the Maniac and the support of the city. Copycats are springing up, tensions are high, and traffic is a nightmare. So what happens when your favorite unstoppable mindless killer resurfaces in a Bronx high school? Can Zelda and Gina get there before Maniac Harry adds to his body count? Will the students tear their attention away from their phones long enough to notice there is a monster in the hall? So I laugh at that because I have a kid who's 11 and a kid who's 9, and they both look at their phones like all the time. Like, well, you might question why do they have phones? That wasn't my decision. That was another family member's decision. I was against it. But anyway, so this is the second arc. Issues 1 through 4 are in this volume. So these are pretty. It looks like fun. Looks like great party horror comedy. Right up my alley. I'm going to enjoy reading these. And these are half off. So these are normally $16.99, $17.99 a piece. I got them for half of that. So great sale at my LCS, which is Black Cat Comics in Salt Lake City. It's in the Sugar House area of Salt Lake City. So if you're ever in Salt Lake City, look up Black Cat Comics, go there. You will definitely find something that you like there. All right, other things I got. So this is another thing that I do when I'm collecting, when he has these sales. I'm going to start whittling down my collection. I'm going to start narrowing down just the like key issues, and there's lots of stuff in there that's just junk. I may have 5 random issues of Avengers Volume 4. Like, they're not part of the big story arc. They're not a key issue. They're just things that are collected along the way. And so I got to start thinning out some of that stuff. And just what I like to have at the end is just key issues, milestone issues, number 1 issues. Even if it's not a big series, I'm big on collecting the first issue of a series. Maybe get all the number 1s of all the different Iron Man series. Maybe get all the number 1s of all the different Batman series. And that's kind of what I do. Every time he has a sale, I'll go through all the characters that I like, and I'll see if I can find some number 1. So I found a couple today. I got Batman Rebirth number 1, right? So that was a nice little grab. I got Batwoman Rebirth number 1. All right. That was a nice little one. I got Black Panther, the part where Black Panther, the volume where it was the Intergalactic Empire of Wakanda. I know it seems silly, but hey, I got that number 1 too. This is like volume 3 of Cable. That number 1. All right, and here we go. We got Astonishing X-Men number 1. I'm gonna pick that one up too. So there you go. So that's my number 1s that I got. This is, like I said, it goes on for the whole month, this 50% off back issue sale. So, and he gets stuff in all the time. Every day he's putting out new comic books. When I say new comic books, he's not putting out like 20 new comic books that he got. He's putting out hundreds of new comic books every day. So you literally can go there tomorrow and find all new stuff if you look through everything. So that's what I got at the LCS for New Comic Book Day. Now, it's not the only thing I got. This is a kind of a tease. Look at me, I'm teasing for another video. I got 2 issues here, and I got another 3 issues here. And these are part of a video I'm going to be doing later, going over 2 of Marvel's biggest characters and how many times they've interacted in comic books. And after doing some research, I looked up all different times they've been on the cover together. I actually was able to find some of them at my LCS today, and we're going to go over them in another video, so you're going to have to make sure you subscribe, hit that little bell, ding, 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 and you get notified whenever I do a new video. I've been doing a lot more videos. I mostly do videos on TikTok because it's very easy to do with your phone, grab, go. But TikTok ban's coming, and I wanted to get more into the YouTube space. I could talk for a longer period of time. I can get more in depth about things. It takes a little longer to edit videos. I do everything myself. And but I'm enjoying it. I like talking to you guys. Please comment below if you have any questions. You can find me, obviously, here on YouTube. I'm also on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter. I answer any questions. You can even email me at Gmail, but it's all the same name. I'm lucky. It's all Crazy Curt, Kurt with a C. The same name in every place. That's what I did at the LCS today. I'm not going to go through my grabs. All right, you want me to go through my grabs? I'll go through my grabs. Every video is the same. So that's why I didn't start off with the ones I got. I started off with other stuff that I got. But, yeah, this little book came out today. Not a big deal. So we got that. I like the character Wolverine. I like this version of Wolverine too. I don't know if I'm going to stick with the series full time, but I'll pick up the first maybe 2 or 3 issues. G.I. Joe, Energon Universe is killing it. We got, we have to get this. This is like a standard Amazing Spider-Man. And regardless of how you feel about what's going on, you had to pick that one up. Rogue Savage Land. Now, I am one of the people, this is another whole topic. I wasn't aware. I mean, maybe I was, I just didn't really pay attention. I wasn't aware how many people hate the Rogue Magneto relationship that happened in the 90s in comic books. And they referenced it in the X-Men 97 TV show. So many people hate that relationship, you know, and I'm like, I thought it was actually kind of interesting, unique. You know, the whole relationship took place in Savage Land. So it looks like they are revisiting that because you got Rogue and you got Magneto on the cover. So, got the first issue. I don't know if we'll get the whole thing, but we got the first issue. I picked up an extra copy because my collecting kind of got away from me. So I have piles. You can't see, you know, in the video here, but I got piles around me. And I didn't remember if I picked this up. And my LCS actually put out a copy. He had an extra copy of one that he put out, and I grabbed it. So Wolverine #1, I picked up an extra copy just in case I didn't have it because I can't find it in the stacks at the moment. So, and that was what I picked up. I didn't get a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get less new comic books. Now, what does that mean, buying less new issues and new comic books? Well, you know, today's market, comic books are hugely expensive. And, you know, you can easily spend $50, $60 a week buying comic books, even more if you really wanted to get a lot of the characters that you like. So I'm trying to be more selective about what I buy. I'm not trying to buy everything. There are better values in trade paperbacks, collected editions, omnibuses. So I'm trying to be more wise with my money. There are core characters that you just want to read every week. There are books that you enjoy. You just want to read every month when they come out. But it's like a TV series, yeah, I can wait till the whole season is over and it shows up on Netflix, 6 months later, or I can be at the water cooler talking about the latest thing that's out there. So something like Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, I'm collecting that right away. Ongoing titles, the core stuff, Amazing Spider-Man, and some of the X-Men books like Wolverine, and some of the DC books. You're actively collecting them every month, but you can't collect everything. So I'm just trying to be selective about what I collect. I'm trying not to buy any more miniseries unless it's like, something that's really pertinent. But, so many things I missed in the years I wasn't collecting comics that I can go back and I could spend the rest of my time in the hobby just doing that. But, hey, we always want to be on top of what's trending and what's hot and what's new. So, it's a challenge. It's almost like it's like a weekly challenge to go into the comic book store and all right, I only want to get 10 books. What's the 10 books I'm going to get? And that's it. But being more selective with new issues and new comics also allows you, and maybe gives you some breath there to try new things, and that's what I try to do. So if maybe there's really only 7 books I really, really want, this week, maybe I'll try a book that I hadn't tried before, or maybe I'll try something new, so that also opens up the world of comic books in a whole new direction for you. So that's just kind of like what my philosophy is right now on new comic books. So that's all I got today. I am Crazy Curt. Hey, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. I know I'm all over the place sometimes with what I'm talking about, but I just love comic books. I love pop culture. I love talking about this stuff. And I like talking to you guys and showing off the things I'm picking up. And there's so many. I could do like 100 videos with all the stuff laying around here. I think I'm going to have to start doing that because TikTok is not going to be around anymore. So it looks like it's YouTube from here on out. Hey, it's 2025. The more you stick around, the more you find out. I'm out of here. Peace.